let me take you through quickly on the images coming in from the war zone. Hezbollah claiming another attack on Israel targets Haifa, Israel's third largest city. In the latest we see fire launched as barrage of Hezbollah rockets land in Israel. 10 people in the port city who've been wounded. More than 35 rockets have been launched from Lebanon at northern Israel since this morning. One struck a populated area there, setting cars ablaze in Far Radim, northern Israel. There are no injuries that are reported in the attack so far. Israeli military said its air forces struck Hezbollah fighters inside a mosque. Israeli forces brought down Hezbollah terror base in the guise of a mosque. Amid the ongoing tensions, Israel targeted Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters in Beirut, saying it was assessing the damage caused by a series of strikes aimed at senior figures in the group. Now, Israel-Hezbollah tensions only continue to escalate since this morning. Israel and Hezbollah have been exchanging non-stop missile attacks. Hezbollah missiles have targeted Haifa, Israel's third largest city. Now, Israel's forces also retaliated with missile attack on Hezbollah headquarters in Beirut. At least 5 Israeli settlers were injured after Hezbollah missile rocket struck Haifa, the port city. Hezbollah says it bombed gatherings of Israeli soldiers in the vicinity of al-Baghdadi site with a salvo of rockets. Lebanon has also fired at least 35 rockets at Israel, leaving many vehicles on fire. No injuries have been reported so far in the attack. Now, India Today's reporters are at the war forefront, bringing you first-hand information on the ground. My colleague Gaurav Sawant from Israel, Ashraf Wani and Ashutosh, both from Lebanon, bringing you these ground reports. We're going to take it through.
We are right now in the heart of Haifa, and this is a kindergarten. In a kindergarten, these are Israeli security forces personnel collecting the shrapnel of the Hezbollah rocket that fell very close to a residential area and very, very close to a kindergarten where little children would have been studying. So very painstakingly, every bit of that shrapnel is being collected. Now let me quickly show you. That's the kindergarten, that's the school, the damaged door, debris all around. Fortunately, there were no children present in school at midnight or close to midnight when the blast took place. But this just shows how dangerously close to children, to residential buildings was this shrapnel. The rocket appears to have fallen here. Debris and shrapnel have damaged buildings here. That police officer, that army officer is collecting all those shrapnels to piece together those shrapnel and try and figure out what kind of a rocket was used by the Hezbollah that targeted several parts of Haifa in the past 24 hours, especially at close to midnight. Haifa is the third largest city of Israel with a population of 1.1 million, and this is the locality that was in the line of fire. Gaurav Sawant in Haifa, northern Israel for India Today. One of the worst impacted areas in the heart of Haifa. This is where rocket struck late last night. Now, if you just look around, this is a residential area. Right in the center of this residential area, a rocket struck. But if you just look around these houses, they've got pockmarked walls. The window panes are all shattered, and window panes in several of these localities are made of reinforced glass. But look at how the walls are completely pockmarked. Several automobiles caught fire, some are damaged, and now emergency workers are trying once again to restore this location. Late yesterday, close to midnight, first the air raid siren went up, because that's the time Israel realized that Hezbollah was firing rockets in this area. As soon as the air raid siren went up, people living in these homes, it was between 11:30 and 11:45, people rushed to shelters in their homes, in their buildings. Those buildings that do not have shelters, people rush to the staircase area of their hotels or their homes, because in Israel, as per law, they're supposed to make buildings with the staircase, which is made of specially reinforced concrete and metal for protection against rocket attacks and missile attacks. So people stayed in those shelters for close to an hour before returning to their homes. But then the air raid sirens went up once again, and that shows the tension all across in this area. And I want to show you all around that how an effort is being made to quickly once again get this place back on its feet. Gaurav Sawant in Haifa, northern Israel, for India Today.
I'm currently in the Amatya Hills. This is the hill area of the Lebanon where mostly people come for the safety and for their security. After the bombings in the suburbs of South Beirut, many families who could afford have shifted to this hilly hill station, or we can say, of Lebanon. But here also the Israeli air defenses are following all those people who are on their target and even attacking in these hills. These are two houses behind me which had been targeted during the Monday night, and you can see how the both the houses had got complete damaged. The missiles had been struck from the top and they had exploded in the middle of both the buildings. You can see how much damage has got created in the building. You can see here, people here say when in 2006 there was a war between Israel and the Lebanon. Even then this area was not targeted, but this time Israel is not sparing even this safe area or the hill station of Lebanon. Ashraf Wani for India Today in Amatya Hills in Lebanon.
The situation is so much tensed in Beirut. As I en route towards southern part near the airport area, what I see, the devastation and the footprints of the airstrike carried out by Israel. The area remains highly tense. Even at certain places we are not allowed to step out. Now as I pan the camera towards the main area, if you see on the other side, you will see how the Israeli Air Force carried out strike, and it was precise strike in certain areas like this. This is extremely close to the airport. If you see, the entire building was demolished. First 3 floors totally dismantled in the airstrike. It's all the rubbles all around. The people in hundreds of these number have either left to the northern part or the central or to the safer area. So all these area, this is believed to be as the Israel claims to be the bastion for the Hezbollah groups. Their information department or certain 3 to 4 building came under huge attack by Israeli Air Force, and now as we are en route at multiple places, we are not even allowed to step out. So that explains how furious the situation, and clearly there is a sense, there's a fear, there's a apprehension in every place. Often and then we are being asked, our credentials are being checked, our identities are being checked, because that explains the fear in Beirut. This is Ashutosh Mishra reporting at Ground Zero in Beirut for India Today. This is Zaytuna port area. This is the Bay Area, and right behind me is the Mediterranean coast. And always caught in the crossfire are the innocent civilians, the citizens, and that's exactly the case what I see here in Lebanon as well. Ever since the Israel airstrike started happening in southern part, hundreds of the Lebanese or the Syrians living in that southern suburb have taken shelter near the Bay Area. They are sleeping on the road. When the Israel Air Force carried out strikes in the southern Beirut, many rendered homeless. Their houses were destroyed, and many out of fear left their houses and now taking refuge on the road. And worst victim are the women and the children, as now they have no idea where to go. There are no homes, there is no life, there is no future, and it's all under concern and dilemma when the situation will calm down. The worst affected are always the children and women. And is this refugee camp, makeshift arrangements near the Zaituna Bay port area. I see the huge number of women, the children who are living here in literally difficult situation and condition, and there's always a fear as the Israel offenses are continued, the Hezbollah also retaliating, and if the conflict escalates further, probably it will affect the entire Beirut, and in that case, yeah, you'll see the millions of such people affected who will be taking refuge here and there. All this calls for immediate ceasefire and perhaps a solution, but that looks like very far because its escalation, Israel offenses continues, Hezbollah also retaliates.
I have with me Gaurav Sawant, my colleague who's currently on ground right at the war epicenter, Haifa. Gaurav, we know that Hezbollah has, their missiles have targeted Haifa, the port city. Several attacks were carried out through last night to this morning. What's the situation like on ground right now?
The situation here in northern Israel, extremely grim all through the night. Haifa, the third largest city of Israel, there were rocket attack sirens wailing through the night. Rocket attacks were happening. The Iron Dome system got activated, but some rockets fell in and around the city. Not massive casualties, but 10 injuries and some loss to property has been reported. And this shows the intensity of the volleys that are being fired by the Hezbollah, despite an intense air raid that's been on virtually for close to a fortnight from the Israeli side. And even as we speak, right from behind me, you can see Israeli fighter jets. They're flying towards southern Lebanon and targeting multiple targets, not just in the southern part of Lebanon, but also going all the way to Beirut. There were multiple intelligence-based operations that were mounted in Beirut. What we can tell you from what IDF officials are telling us, a warehouse which was storing long-range missiles and rockets, Israel had precise intelligence. That warehouse was targeted, and Israel says the fact that after the first blast, which was the Israeli rocket targeting that warehouse, multiple sympathetic detonations took place, and that show that all the weapons that were stored inside, they exploded with the intensity, with the heat of the Israeli weapon, and there was sympathetic detonation for several hours. So this was a large warehouse that was destroyed. Several commandos of Hezbollah have been targeted, including one of their intelligence headquarters, where some of their assets have been neutralized, according to Israel. Israel has also mounted ground operations. The 91st Division of the Israeli army that was fighting in Gaza last year, now those forces have been brought here to northern Israel, and some elements of the division have been launched across into southern Lebanon. The aim of the Israeli army very clearly is to create some kind of a buffer zone or to push back Hezbollah as much as possible. That's the only way that residents of northern Israel can get back to their homes after 1 year.
Gaurav, thank you very much for joining us with those details.